Very good morning, dear students, and warm welcome to second term. I hope so. You have enjoyed your Diwali vacation, right? And you must have eaten so many Diwali sweets, right? You know the food is very important to us, and you know the sources of food also, right? It comes either from plants or from animals, right? Now, from the plants, whatever we get is grown in the field. But do you know whether this food which is made available by growing it in the field, do you know these crops are growing throughout the year? Like for example, rice is grown throughout the year. No, my dear students, you have learned about the different seasons also: Kharif season, Rabi season, and even some of the summer crops. That means there are certain crops which are grown at certain periods of time. But then, how this food is available throughout the year? Yes, for that we need to know what are the methods of preserving food, right? So today we are going to learn about methods of preserving food. Okay, you can see over here how the food can be preserved, right? You can see, you must have seen these type of jars in your houses, right? Mother prepares so many things and keeps in the jars, or even sometimes grains, food grains like cereals and pulses also she keeps in the jar, and so many other items are kept for for the purpose, so that we can use it for the later use, so that we don't have to go to the market all the time. So today we shall learn about preserving food. You know that the food is required for us. It is our daily need that we have to take the proper diet, and we have to have different types of food. But each type of food, whether it is remaining for a longer time or not, that we are going to study. Okay, how to make them stay longer, that is called as preserving. What is preserving? Preserving means to store certain food material in a good condition so that it can be used later, right? So they are only called as methods of preserving food. Now you know that we need wheat, rice, pulses, etc. throughout the year, and it is grown in the field like this. But the crops get ready only at certain times of the year. Like you have studied about Kharif season, okay, and Rabi season. Okay, June to October is called as Kharif season. So in that, whatever crops are grown, they will be grown in that season only, not other season. So from June to October, only 4 months it is grown, right? 4 to 5 months it is grown. Then what about other 7 months which are remaining? How are we getting this? It is because it is being stored in the warehouses and the storehouses that you have learned in the last chapter, and then it is made available to the public, that means to the people, when they go to buy these food grains from the store, right? So you can see they are ready, getting ready only at certain times of the year. So in order to have the grains available, this in the last video of mine also, this picture you have seen that the grains are available throughout the year by from one season's crop. It must be stored and protected in the next season in these type of warehouses or store houses, that you have done thoroughly last time in the food for all lesson, right? Now the next. Okay, now you know that different food stuff are produced in different places. Like for example, we don't get in Maharashtra, wheat is not grown. Rice is grown on a large scale because this condition is suitable for the growing of rice. But wheat grows in the cold climate, whereas apple also requires cold climate. So it is not produced in Maharashtra and then it is available in Maharashtra. Not like that. Certain foodstuffs are growing in certain areas only. They need to be transported from one place to other, and they have to be made available in good condition to longer distance, so that all the people throughout the country will be enjoying the food. What the North Indian is enjoying, the South Indian also will have that food, or throughout the world. In this manner, the food is getting transported from one place to another, because wherever it is grown from that place, it is going to other place where it is not growing, but people need it because it is our food. So it has to be, carried to a longer distance. Okay, now longer distance. So for example, there are certain foodstuffs which we have to be very careful. Like for example, milk over here. You can see a milkman is, milking, taking out the milk. So it is grown. Not grown. It is, you're getting the milk from the dairy and all. So it has to be carried first to the dairy, and from the dairy people will be getting it in the shops. So for example, it must be ensured that eggs and milk products remain in good condition during the transport from the dairy or the poultry. Dairy means the one where you get milk in large quantity, milk packets and all, that is called as dairy farm. Whereas poultry means where you get chicken and all, okay, or eggs. Wherever eggs are, there is a poultry farm, you will get, chicken also, you will get even eggs. So they have to be carried from one place to another. So for that also, it is required to carry them very safely from one place to another. And then finally they reach to their users. Users means the common people. We all are called as users because we all go and buy these things from the shop, right? So from, the milkman to the dairy, and from dairy to the store, and from dairy to the user, from the shop to the user, it has to reach in a good condition. So how they are preserved, that is also very important. Fine. Then now, different fruits and vegetables are available in abundance in different seasons. Okay, so whatever fruit you are getting in May month, that is mango or maybe jackfruit, you don't get throughout the year. So that particular fruit will be available only in that season, right? So different fruits are there, and not only fruits, there are even different vegetables which are growing certain season in different abundance. So you will get that vegetable only during that time, right? They also taste their best in that particular season. I wrote here bad season, in the same season. So to prevent these large quantities of fruits and vegetables from getting spoiled and to enjoy them all round the year, efforts are made to preserve them. Like for example, onions and all, you get them throughout the year, but it is grown whenever it is dry season, because onions have to be dried completely first and then it is made available throughout the year. So how these efforts are made to preserve this is very important. So that only we are going to study in this lesson now. Now, various kinds of papads. You must be enjoying papad at home, what your mother must have prepared, or maybe you must have bought it from the market, right? How these papads are made, how they are dried in the sun, okay? Even onions, they are dried. Fish, salted fish, what we call, that you get. Masalas, different masalas you get are all prepared for the whole year in many homes, and then they can be stored or preserved in this manner. Like papad are dried, kurdai are dried. Then jams are made and stored in the jars or jam bottles. Then pickles you get, onions, fish, masalas, all these are produced in one period and then it can be used for a later use, right? Now we make several arrangements in the kitchen in our house also to preserve various foodstuffs. So you can see in the kitchen, your mother must be, having so many beans for, bean for rice to store, so many jars for, maybe for the pulses or the grains, dals, right? And other items also like masalas and all. She keeps everything in every different dabbas. Correct? Or cans, what we call, or you can call it as jars also, or maybe these big basket type, plastic basket type. So many things are there for storing or preserving food material in our house. So you can ask this better, you ask this to your mother, how she stores her things in the home. So sometimes we require to store certain materials because we need to avoid to go to the market all the time. We hardly go. Like for example, when I have to buy something, I will do 1 month's market shopping once, because I don't like to go all the time. Hardly we get time to go to the market and buy so many things. Like whatever we can store for 1 month, we can buy and keep, like the food grains, okay, dals, pulses, other masalas, haldi, and all different things we buy and keep, like soaps and everything. But that we are not talking about soaps and all right now, but I'm talking about the food. Okay, only thing like vegetables also we buy for 15 days and all, right? And then we can keep it for refrigeration, because in the refrigerator the vegetables and the fruits remain intact, okay, they remain preserved. So to avoid having to go to the market for provisions again and again, we store what we need for several days in our house, right? Here you can see the tin cans or the cans, jars in the houses, how your mother must be storing all these things in the house. Now, suppose now this is regarding for a long usage, okay, a long term, 1 month or 1.5 months, 2 months or so. But you know everyday food is prepared, and that food sometimes mother must be not getting time to prepare the food 2 times. So what she does, prepares in the morning and or maybe in the afternoon, and then same food, same vegetable which is remaining, it can be used during the night time also. So that is why, what is the method for it to keep it in that same condition? Okay, that is called as preserving. Okay, so if the food prepared for one meal is not finished, then we use certain methods of keeping it from spoiling in order to have it again the next time or the next day. That is heating. Mostly we are doing either heating or keeping in the refrigerator by cooling the temperature of the food material, right? So this is regarding the food which is prepared in the morning or in the afternoon, and then it is used during the night time, right? So you can see the different pictures which I have placed. That is, one is heating, one is keeping it in the fridge, right? So these are the methods for daily purpose to keep the food preserved. Then how does the food get spoiled? Do you know how the food gets spoiled? So when do we say that the foodstuff is spoiled, and what changes are seen in it? Do you know about it? Yes. Suppose if it is a vegetable or curry, you will find that the food has changed when the color of the food changes, or the taste of the food changes, or maybe it is having some foul smell. Then we say that the food is spoiled. And do you know this? Eating this food is good for our health? No, my dear children, it is unfit for having, okay, a consumer, because if we have such type of food, then we might have effect on our stomach, like food poisoning and all, and then we can have later on effects like we can vomit or we can have diarrhea. So such type of food should not be consumed. It is unfit for consumption. Okay, so secondly, when do we say that the grains and all are getting spoiled? When you see these type of weevils inside the grains. So at that time we can understand, when these weevils are there, your grains have got spoiled or they have got damaged due to, they go on eating this and make it into powder. So that time we should understand your food grains is also spoiled. Then when sometimes your mother stores wheat flour, 10 kilo wheat flour, or maybe 5 kilo, whatever is your consumption for daily month. So she will be bringing and keeping it in the jar, or maybe a tin can or a box, a plastic jar. Right? Sometimes you might, if you are going in the kitchen and all, you might be understanding. But if you don't know, you can go and ask your mother whether whatever I am telling is correct or not. Sometimes you get, worms, or maybe lumps are formed inside these wheat flour or maybe rice flour. So that time you should understand, your mother understands that the flour is spoiled. So such flour is also unfit for consumption. Then what about, sugar or jaggery? When the sugar or jaggery becomes watery, or maybe the fungus is growing on the sugar or jaggery, then you should understand that it is spoiled. Then when we say the milk is spoiled, when the water of the milk separates from the solid of the milk, we say that the milk has spoiled or it has curdled. It has formed a curd. That is why we say that it is spoiled. Then which foodstuff spoil most quickly? Do you know that? Think about it. Yes, you are right. The foodstuff which are perishable. Perishable means what? Fruits or vegetables or foodstuffs like milk, some of the juices, they might get spoiled quickly. Correct? So you can see over here I have placed different pictures of mango pulp, milk products. All these can get spoiled if they are not stored or preserved properly. Right? Then is the time in which the food stuff gets spoiled different in different seasons? Yes. Like for example, how many seasons we are having now? In total, we are having 3 main seasons throughout the year. That is summer, monsoon and winter. Right? These 3 seasons we are experiencing every year. And you will find that instead of you, because you hardly go to the kitchen, your mother must be knowing, you just go and ask. You know that the foodstuffs, get spoiled due in different season differently. Okay, like for example, milk, if you boil it in the morning and it is the winter season, you can have the same milk even in the night time without getting spoiled. But the same milk, you keep it in the summer, you will find that by 3 o'clock the milk has got spoiled if your mother doesn't boil it. That means there are some factors or some factors of the atmosphere which is making this food spoiled. And what are these factors which are spoiling the food? Yes, the conditions in the atmosphere like temperature and something called as humidity. Now you might be aware about the temperature, but what is humidity? Humidity is nothing but you have learned about evaporation. There are water vapor going in the air. This water vapor, the content of this water vapor only is called as humidity. When the humidity is more, the chances of the food getting spoiled is faster. So temperature is one thing, second is the humidity which makes the food spoil. Now let us see in each of these seasons, like in winter season, why the food doesn't get spoiled faster. It is because the temperature is cold, and since the temperature is cold, the microorganisms which are around in the atmosphere are less active at that temperature, and so the food doesn't get spoiled faster. Whereas in the summer season, microorganisms grow well when there is warmth or the temperature is warm, and that is why microorganisms like the food which is readily available for them. So they enjoy their meal nicely and then they spoil the food. So in summer season, since the temperature is warm, the food is getting spoiled faster because the microorganisms grow better when the temperature is warm. How in monsoon season, when it is it is warm also and it is humid also, because the water vapor content in the air is too much, and water vapor only is liked by the fungus. Fungus germinates. Fungus is one of the microorganism which likes so many things, like it requires warmth, it requires food, it requires humidity or water vapor in the air. It is germinating, like how the plant germinates from the seed into a seedling, like that even fungus has some seed like thing called as spores. These spores also germinate and forms into the fungal colonies, and then they grow on the food stuff and make the food spoil. So in monsoon, because temperature is also warm, and second thing, it is humid. That is why it is getting spoiled faster. Then how does the food stays longer? It can stay longer if you keep it in the refrigerator. That means you have to make the temperature cool so that they last longer. So your mother, once if something is remaining in the night, she will directly put it in the fridge, right? Because the temperature is cold in the fridge. Or even by keeping the food on the ice, cold ice also, the food remains. Next, what are the other methods of preserving? Other methods like grains, the different types of grains, then even papads, masalas, fish, as I've told you, all onions, all these are dried in the sun before they are stored. Okay, so you can see the different grains are stored by drying them in the hot sun. So you also might be having terrace for your house, so there your mother must be putting, or you might be having in front of your house garden will be there, and in that open air is there, open sun is there, your mother will be putting there. So this is the way how your mother tries to keep the things in preserved conditions. Then how are the onions and potatoes stored? So onions and potatoes are first kept to dry in the open air in summer, and then they are stored in a dry place. You should not keep it in a damp place where a lot of water is there. So it should be clean, dry and airy. Air also should come so that it does not get spoiled faster. So first it is dried in the sun, open air, and then after it has completely dried, it can be kept stored in a dry place. Then how we can store the milk? Once the milk packets your mother gets, she will boil the milk and keep it for some time. After, if it is depending upon the season, she will try to boil it, or maybe she will keep it in the fridge once it is cool, or once it is not required, it will be kept in the fridge, or maybe she will boil it the next time if the fridge is not available. So this way also we can help to preserve the milk. Then curries and vegetable preparations are brought to a boil to prevent them from spoiling till the next meal. That means if the curry or the vegetable is prepared in the afternoon, that can be stored up to the night time, or from night to morning. If it is still remaining, then it can be again heated and kept. Then food grains like cereals and pulses are stored in the tight cans. You can see like this. Next, also food is protected from ants, cockroaches, other insects, mites, rats and cats, so that they don't spoil it. Then let us try to perform a small activity now. Now suppose your mother has prepared a chapati. You can do this at home. You can try this. Keep one chapati aside for doing this experiment. You have to observe this experiment on your own. Tell your mother to make one chapati extra for you to do the experiment. So take one chapati and then divide this chapati into 3 equal pieces. So what you have to do is that one piece you have to roast. One piece of this chapati you have to roast till it becomes crispy, and keep it aside. Then second, you have to keep it in a box and put a lid above it. Okay, and third piece you have to keep it in the refrigerator, and then observe after 3 days. You have to observe it after 3 to 4 days. Fine. But depending upon the season also it is important. If it is the winter season, then it require more days, but if it is summer season, 2 days are also enough for it. Okay, so what do you find after 3 days in a can, in the box, in the closed box what you are keeping? So you can see that in the closed box, when you are keeping it, it gets spoiled. You can see there is some cottony growth which is growing there. Do you know what is this cottony fibrous growth? Like you can see different patches of the colorful patches, white patches you can see on this chapati. Do you know what is this? Okay, so you see here we see some white, black or greenish fibers like cotton wool growing on the chapati, which is placed in the closed box. So what is this exactly? So this is nothing but a kind of fungus. It is a kind of fungus. So a fungus is a type of microorganism. Okay, so this fungus is cottony. When it comes, you will find that cotton is growing on the chapati, so that you don't touch it because it is fungus, and fungi are very harmful because they are finally microorganism, and these are the microorganisms which can cause disease if we consume it. So whenever you see something like this, you should never touch it or never even put it in your mouth because it is spoiled. Fungus has grown above it. Now what are these fungi? Spores of this fungi are present everywhere in the air and water. So the chapati which is kept in the box created a favorable condition for the growth of this fungus, because the fungus likes what? One is availability of food, that was your chapati. Second is water vapor. If it is, when it is hot and if you keep it inside the closed box, it will release the water vapor on the lid, and this vapor will remain inside, and when it is closed, that time air is also there, and air contains lot of fungal spores. Spores means, as I have told you, they are seeds of the fungi or these microorganism. So these fungal spores are already there in the air, which is trapped inside the closed box. Okay, food is there, that is your chapati, water is there, air is there, and even you are giving